The crisp Adelaide morning of December 1, 1948, began like any other for John Lyons. He strolled down Somerton Beach with his dog, appreciating the serene quiet of the dawn. As he neared the sea, his dog suddenly began barking and tugging at the leash, drawing his attention to a man slumped against the seawall. The man was impeccably dressed in a suit, complete with polished shoes and a tie. His head rested against the seawall as if he had peacefully fallen asleep, but something about his posture seemed unnatural. The man was completely still, and Lyons noticed that his legs were strangely extended. Approaching cautiously, he tried to rouse the man but received no response. Alarmed, he called the police. When the authorities arrived, they confirmed that the man was dead. What puzzled them was that there was no obvious cause of death. He bore no signs of violence or struggle, and his body bore an expression of calm repose. His pockets contained no identification, only a few peculiar items: an unused train ticket to Henley Beach, a bus ticket, a narrow aluminum comb, a half-empty packet of juicy fruit gum, an Army Club cigarette packet containing 7 cigarettes of a different brand, and a box of matches. In an attempt to identify the mysterious man, the police circulated his photograph and fingerprints nationwide, but no matches were found. His clothes had their labels meticulously removed, and even the tags on his tie and underwear had been cut out, adding to the enigma. With no leads, the investigation turned to the contents of his pockets. The unused train ticket suggested he had arrived by train but never boarded the connecting service to Henley Beach. The bus ticket indicated he had indeed taken a bus from the railway station to the vicinity of the beach. Each clue seemed to deepen the mystery. A breakthrough came on January 14, 1949, when Detective Sergeant Lionel Lean found a small pocket sewn into the man's trousers. Inside this hidden compartment was a tiny rolled-up scrap of paper bearing the words, Tamam Shud, which translates to, ended, or finished, in Persian. Library officials identified the phrase as coming from the final page of a rare edition of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, a collection of Persian poems translated by Edward Fitzgerald. The discovery prompted a public search for the book from which the scrap had been torn. Miraculously, a man came forward with the book, which he claimed to have found in the backseat of his unlocked car parked near Somerton Beach around the time of the man's death. In the back of the book, police found an unlisted phone number and a strange code that they hoped would provide answers. The phone number belonged to a woman named Jessica Thompson, who lived just a few hundred meters from where the body was found. Known as Jestin to her friends, Jessica was a nurse who claimed she did not recognize the dead man but was clearly distressed when shown his bust. She admitted to owning a copy of the Rubaiyat, which she had given to a man named Alfred Boxall during World War II. This initially seemed promising, but Boxall was found alive and well, still in possession of the book Jessica had given him, its last page intact. Attention turned to the mysterious code found in the book. The series of seemingly random letters stumped even the best cryptographers of the time. Despite extensive efforts, the code has never been definitively cracked, leaving one of the most tantalizing aspects of the case unsolved. As weeks turned into months, the case grew colder. The man's dental records and fingerprints were compared against national and international databases without success. His body was embalmed to preserve it for future identification, and in June 1949, he was buried in Adelaide's West Terrace Cemetery. His headstone reads, "Here lies the unknown man who was found at Somerton Beach, 1st December 1948, a stark reminder of the mystery that enveloped his death." Over the years, numerous theories have emerged, ranging from espionage to unrequited love. Some speculated that the man was a spy, citing the Cold War context and the mysterious code. Others believed he was involved in a clandestine love affair, possibly with Jessica Thompson, though no concrete evidence has supported these claims. The case gained renewed interest in 2009 when retired Adelaide University professor Derek Abbott took it upon himself to solve the mystery. Abbott delved into every available detail, advocating for the exhumation of the man's body to conduct DNA testing. In 2013, a court approved the exhumation, and DNA analysis began. Abbott's investigation led to the identification of several living relatives, and he posited a connection between the unknown man and a certain Thomas Keane, whose name was found on a tie among the man's possessions. Yet, despite these efforts, a definitive identification remained elusive. Further intrigue emerged in 2018, when DNA evidence linked the unknown man to a distant relative living in the United States. This development suggested a familial connection, potentially tracing his lineage back to the east coast of the U.S. However, without a direct DNA match, the man's identity continued to defy resolution. As technology advanced, so did the hope of solving the case. Genetic genealogy, which had successfully identified suspects in other cold cases, offered a new avenue for investigation. In 2021, the South Australian government approved another exhumation, this time using state-of-the-art DNA extraction techniques. The results provided a clearer picture of the man's genetic background but stopped short of revealing his name. The Tamam Shud case remains one of Australia's most enduring mysteries, captivating generations of investigators, journalists, and true crime enthusiasts. The combination of an unidentified body, cryptic clues, and the involvement of intriguing characters like Jessica Thompson has cemented its place in the annals of unsolved cases. Despite the technological advances and the dedicated efforts of many, the unknown man of Somerton Beach continues to guard his secrets. His story is a poignant reminder of the limits of forensic science and the enduring allure of mystery. As each new discovery sheds a bit more light on the case, the hope persists that one day, the man who met his mysterious end on Somerton Beach will finally be known.